We're often tormented by the fact we're not everything we could be. There's this vision we have, an idealization of the person we want to be. Oftentimes, it's this very image which torments us within our sleep. There was once a content creator, tormented by images of perfection. And these ideas of torment were not just embodied within his thoughts or feelings, no. These ideas were physically embodied in front of him. So he tried fighting these demons and ended up conquering them, only to be punished for his actions. We're often tormented by the fact we're not everything we could be. And there's this vision we have, an idealization of the person we want to be. Oftentimes, it's this very image which torments us within our sleep. We once had a game developer tormented with images of perfection. And these ideas of torment were not just embodied within his thoughts or feelings. It was different this time. All of the flaws that were torturing him were physically embodied in front of him. So he tried to fight these demons, and he conquered them, only to end up punished for his actions. It all started with a developer live stream that was broadcasted live on January 20th, 2022. Matter of fact, this would become one of the last live broadcasted Q&As to date.
Please understand I am simplifying some things here. Don't read too much into every detail I'm saying. I'm trying to keep this brief. But there's a common misconception that by using just kills and escapes to adjust your MMR, it's ignoring skill in the game. This isn't the truth, though. This is false. And I'll use hockey as an example. You wouldn't say they only count wins when placing teams in the standings, but they should also count shots on goal, too. A more skilled player takes more shots. While that's certainly true, it's important to remember that shots lead to goals, which lead to wins. Skilled play leads to wins. If they don't, are they really skilled plays?
Which didn't make sense to a lot of people. As what if you were the best looper in the world, but you died for your plays? Would my plays be any less skilled if I didn't escape? What if your Huntress snipes were incredible, that they often left people receiving them in awe?
There it is! There it is! There it is! What a shot!
This logic would become the foundation for all development design decisions moving forward. This is when Dowsey decided to challenge this statement, pointing out the flaws within his argument, even when explicitly told not to do so. If running the killer for 5 gens doesn't get you a win, was it really a skilled play in the first place?
I'm gonna expect the chat to explode in 2 seconds.
With that logic, I guess I'm one of the worst survivors to ever exist. There's no f***ing way. Girl, what? Are they cracked out? All Twitch chat blew up at this too. They were furious. They are really dedicated to their version of MMR, that it's blinded them to the truth. As a result of Dowsey's following tweet, I logged on today to find my Twitch shirt in Dead by Daylight had been removed from my account, which were cosmetics that could only be obtained when directly given by a game developer. So when this happened, Dowsey reached out to ask if there was some sort of mistake, and Behavior replied, "Hello Josh. The team was made aware of some recent conduct that does not meet the standards of exemplary conduct that content creators who own these items are expected to uphold. In this case, starting a member of the development team. As such, these items have been removed and will not be returned. This decision is final. Thank you, the DBD team."
Please understand I am simplifying some things here. Don't read too much into every detail I'm saying.
Firstly, was Behavior in the right to take away his Twitch shirts when explicitly mentioning not to criticize their logic? Secondly, if their argument was logically sound, wouldn't it just have been better to counter Dowsey with words? What if his position was indefensible? And most importantly, what if Dowsy was right? In response to all this, Dowsy made a video under the title Kills Equals Skill, which would turn out to be one of the most impactful videos in the history of Dead by Daylight. This video would become the reason for not just 1 or 2, but 3 killer nerfs to come, and likely was the reason for a complete revamp to the way behavior developed Dead by Daylight. Let's start out with the beginning of this video, where he began playing Leatherface.
All right, time to play some Dead by Daylight. Let's make sure I don't say anything that will get more cosmetics removed. All right, this is taking a little while. Let's get a Wordle done for today. An I and a K. Oh yes, of course, Kills has an I and a K in it. Wait a second. Oh my God. I actually think I owe Patrick an apology. I cannot believe I didn't see it before. Kills equal skill. And I know exactly what I need to do to become a high MMR Dead by Daylight player. I'm going to be the most skillful killer this game has ever seen.
First, he downed a survivor.
Okay, so our first lucky survivor, we'll just chuck her on this this Scourge hook here.
Then started camping them.
Ooh, 2 kills already. Wow. We are definitely playing a skillful game of Dead by Daylight. Oh, there's one.
I'm fast as boy.
Oh, wow. Nice stun. Now, obviously, stunning isn't necessarily skillful. Neither is running the killer for a long period of time. Because the only skillful quality of a survivor is whether they escaped or not. All right. Well, nice try, Meg. You tried to outrun me, but I guess you weren't skillful enough in this game. And so one of the things I find very interesting and kind of based, if you think about it, from Behavior's Depths, is that even though that Meg did a pretty good job of extending a chase versus me, if she dies now, none of that matters, because if you die at the end of the game, then that is more of a representation of your skill than if you were able to do anything during the game itself.
Right, skilled play leads to wins. If they don't, are they really skilled plays? Right? If your skilled play doesn't get you to win, was it really a skilled play in the first place?
Don't really want to question that really too much, or else I might have my cosmetics removed. Oh, sorry, Meg. Not skillful enough this game. Nice try, though, but everything you did didn't matter in the end because you died.
This is why Behavior added an anti-camping feature to Dead by Daylight, which fills a meter whenever the killer is within 16 meters of the hook. Once this meter is full, the hooked survivor is granted the ability to successfully unhook themselves. And next came the pig.
So I looked up a guide on how to be an efficient and skillful high MMR killer. All right, here we go. We'll have to see which box makes most sense to stand in front of. Maybe just this one because it's right here. Yeah, I guess we just have to go for the one that we spawned in front of, right? Looks like Nancy already got a bear trap off. Nice and quick. The question is, will the survivors do generators activating the bear traps? And it's active. Hey, Jonah, how you doing? Nice to see you. Yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna stand here for a little bit, all right, mate? Don't worry about it. If that box didn't have it, and he doesn't get it off right now, then that's it. Jonah's dead. I can kill a survivor without lifting a muscle. This is high MMR gameplay for sure.
Pig could do the very exact thing Leatherface could. So, Behavior completely reworked Pig's ability. And according to an official developer patch note, some Pig players have been camping out in front of the final jigsaw box, blocking a survivor from being able to get rid of their reverse bear trap. With these changes, this strategy will no longer work.
Kills equals skill in Dead by Daylight, but I'm not done yet.
Skilled play inherently leads to kills or escapes. You wouldn't say they only count wins when placing teams in the standings, but they should also count shots on goal too. A more skilled player takes more shots. It's important to remember that shots lead to goals, which lead to wins.
So shots lead to goals, which lead to wins in Dead by Daylight. But that doesn't make any sense, because if we put our minds to it, we can become the best esports competitive hockey goalie that Dead by Daylight has to offer. Treatment Theater, the greatest hockey arena alive, known to man. Then we will see exactly why Dead by Daylight is like hockey. All right. Fingers crossed that's our first down and kill. That's all right. Go to your room and think about what you've done. Okay. All right. That's our Remember Me stacked up. There's our 4th stack of No Way Out. And now we just need to find Nia. What? Now for the finest part of my plan. With no obsession to stop me, I go to my exit gate and I wait to become the true Dead by Daylight hockey goalie that I can be. It's the anticipation of generators being done, the sheer determination and skill to predict and block goals. And I'm ready to finalize Patrick's true vision to become the high MMR killer that Dead by Daylight didn't deserve, but they needed. Open. What the f are you doing right here? Oh my god! She's the best player of Dead by Daylight I've ever seen! My goalie skills were not enough, but it's fine. I don't let that falter. At the end of the day, a goal scored against you is not great, but you can still come back. As long as you are determined and ready and waiting. Oh, you think you can get past me, Kate? Think again, Kate. No way are you getting out of this exit gate. Yes, you can both be here. You can both try, but no, you cannot get past me because I know how to block this gate. You shall not pass, the great Gandalf once said. And you better start running. That's right. I have trained so hard for this very moment. This is pure skill in Dead by Daylight. This is survivors dying because they do not know how to play hockey. If only they were like that fabulous goal scorer back there who understood the aim of Dead by Daylight is to score as many goals as possible. It's too late because the goalie is here and you will not pass him. Oh, it's beautiful. This is how the developers want you to play the game, so I implore you to go enjoy yourself.
Nerf. Charlotte now loses her collision 30 seconds after entering her dormant state. This means that she will no longer body block vault locations or doorways after that time, allowing survivors to pass through her. As a result of this video, Behavior realized there were some flaws with their logic, so they implemented changes to remove these 3 playstyles from the game. And 8 months after the release of this video, Patrick announced his departure from working at Behavior Interactive. After all this, it seemed Dowsey had gotten his point across, showed the developers why their ideas were wrong, with the development team responding accordingly thereafter. So, everything was good, right? I'll be honest with you, I really wish that were the case. Whilst nerfing these strategies made them less viable, did this make Behavior's logic behind skill any more correct? What if there were more playstyles like this? And if there were, would that mean these killers needed nerfs too? Well, that's exactly what I wanted to find out. There was once a game developer named Almo who was using iridescent heads on Huntress. He wound up a hatchet and started staring at a hooked survivor. If he held this position for the remainder of the match, he could effectively camp every survivor until they were sacrificed. And as a P100 Huntress main myself, this is the first time I'd ever seen a strategy like this. So I decided to try it out. So this next game, we're gonna do something a little sussy. Okay, so now what if we just kind of like wait here with an iridescent head and just like watch down anyone that goes for the save. Okay. Hook you on this one. Reload. One. Now, if I do this, I can just down anyone that goes for the save. Yeah, I go for the save. All right, down the guy that goes for the save, and then let's rinse repeat this again. So if I just stare at her, we can in theory make it so that it's impossible to save her, right? Or that I want to experiment with. And essentially, I did this until everyone was dead. This is probably the reason behavior also nerfed iridescent heads, capping the maximum you can hold to just 1. This strategy still works, which leads me to my next killer, Michael Myers. Insert obligatory kills equals skill statement here. Michael Myers has an add-on called Tombstone Piece, which allows him to instantly kill survivors. This add-on also allows us to bypass the theoretical 12 hook maximum for killing everyone. So let's get to it. Alright, so this time with Tombstone Piece, we're going to try to insta-stalk, and let's see if we could kill people. Okay. $99 her. Okay. Now 8 is dead. Nia's maxed out. Let's find another survivor here. Oh, play with your food stacks. 2 stacks. And that should be 3 stacks. Oh, hey, Sable. How's it going? How's it going, dear? Okay, all right. Now, let's go find the next Sable, I guess. So now we're gonna go to Sable. Okay, now Sable's dead. Wow. And wow, would you look at that? That's a 4K. That was like a 4-minute game. Yeah, seems about right. And now, if we go by the developer's logic behind kills equals skill, I think I just found 2 more killers in need of a nerf. But wait.
Kills equals skill in Dead by Daylight.
But I'm not done yet. Because this time, I'm not just doing 1 killer, but 2 killers at the same time. Namely, with Trapper and Hag. Both these killers have the ability to lock down areas with traps, which cannot just injure survivors, but block survivors from leaving too. We'll set up at the shack, which comprises of only 3 ways in, as well as only 3 ways out. If we can force survivors into a tight location such as this, we not only can prevent survivors from leaving, but we kill them faster without ever having to traverse the map. This is why we'll bring an offering that forces the basement to spawn at shack. The game plan? Hook a survivor in the basement, kill everybody. Yeah. Forgotten Ruins. What the heck? Okay, so for Basement Trapper, we're gonna trap up the door, a window, and also... Oh, okay. We don't mind if you go upstairs. Yeah, get closer. Get closer. Clutch Poppy, come in clutch. Okay, yeah. We got 2 crazy boys that come down to Grandpa's pantry. Grandpa be cooking. Grandpa wants to take you down so you can bake some cookies for him. We also have another ring alarm system for our house, but this time we bought our alarm equipment from Alibaba. Jeff Bezos tells me I need to go back to defend my territory.
Base is under attack.
And since Jeff Bezos is such a nice guy, they may never leave. Yeah, not even you. No, you're not gonna have time for that. You're not gonna have time for that. Where are you gonna go? Oh no! Maple barbecue sauce on the top of the scales to get a nice char. No, not today. Not today. Not today. There's nowhere to go, team. There's nowhere to go. No. See, the fish fillets, they're not well done enough. So that's why we got to take them back to the grill. And they've paid the iron price for setting off my Jeff Bezos alarm system. Now that's everybody dead. And well, yeah, everyone's dead. I now not only killed survivors by standing still, but by staring at them and only staying in shock. Huntress, Myers, Trapper, and Hat. Do these killers need a nerf?
There's a common misconception using just kills and escapes to adjust your MMR. It's ignoring skill in the game. This isn't the truth, though. This is false. Kills and escapes are proxies for skill, in that skilled play inherently leads to kills or escapes. It's important to remember that shots lead to goals, which lead to wins. So you can kind of cut the middleman out there.
So who exactly is this middleman? Is he important? And most importantly, why does cutting him out lead to so many killer nerfs?
When the night released and the meta with Gen kicking nowhere to hide, I started to feel like the game was going in a really bad direction balance-wise, a very stale direction. I mean, I used it, of course, because that's what you do, but I didn't necessarily like the meta that was being created. And then the behavior team showed the Skull Merchant on the PTB. And I've covered every PTB in Dead by Daylight since the Spirits release. This is the first time on a public test build that I played only a handful of matches and went, I can't do this anymore. I hate this so much. Genuinely have such disdain towards this product that's being presented to me. For maybe 2 years now, I've been talking about Dead by Daylight's meta and how I believe the meta is stale, and how the current design team from Behavior showcases to me personally that I don't believe they have an understanding of how to balance Dead by Daylight to be fun again. The continued release of characters like the Skull Merchant and the Knight and perks that accompany them show that Behavior are pretty happy, honestly, creating unfun metas for both Killer and the Survivor.
When killers are optimized behind the sentiment, kills equal skill, a set of problems begin rising to the surface. Killers can win matches AFK, camping, mooring, holding hatchets, staying in one place, leading to a massive sweep of nerfs, which sounds reasonable at first, until you realize 7 killers and counting need nerfs because of it. A system designed behind kills further incentivizes players to use builds optimizing kills.
I mean, I used it, of course, because that's what you do.
Thus, killers gravitate towards these builds, until these are the only viable builds left, leading to the aforementioned stale meta Dowsy mentioned previously.
I started to feel like the game was going in a really bad direction balance-wise, a very stale direction.
And Behavior's constant nerfs don't actually help any of this, but limit the pool of viable builds even more. Now, if kills equals skill incentivizes killers to play in ways that are actually unskilled, what does optimizing around kills actually mean? It optimizes the game around kills. That's all it does. Just as many kills as possible. And so, if we assume kills do not equal skill, is there a replacement that's possibly better? Maybe there is. Remember how Behavior mentioned they were cutting the middleman out from the equation? I think the answer lies in that very statement. And this leads me to one of the most hotly debated topics in all of Dead by Daylight, of kills versus hooks, being used as a metric of skill for matchmaking in the game. It takes a maximum of 3 hooks to kill each survivor in Dead by Daylight, and is often seen as the process a killer needs to partake in order to kill a survivor. And thus, we have our middleman, existing in a debate between true talent and alt-starving.
How do you feel that this game could be balanced, that you would have an average of 2 kills? Would you want that?
I wouldn't base it on kills. I'd base it on hooks.
The main discussion 3 years ago was, should the game be balanced around hooks or kills?
These clips have been taken from 2 completely different timelines. The first clip is from before kills equals skill, and also before the implementation of the kills equals skill-based matchmaking system. The second clip is from after kills equals skill, and also after the official implementation of the kills equals skill-based matchmaking system. I want to show you the divide. between these two separate timelines so we can get a better understanding of the psychological impact this kills equals skill sentiment has on the overall community.
I think that kills as a method encompasses more gameplay choices and is an adequate way to measure your success. Obviously, if it's kills and then it counts something else, that's wonderful.
This is literally my stance.
Okay.
If you push this game where it's all about hooks, not the kills, I think it goes a healthier direction.
You're talking about the first few months or weeks of MMR where it was super strict.
Destroyed a lot of DVD that a lot of people left.
I know. No, I know what you mean. Oh, that was terrible, dude.
When I play Survivor, I really enjoy chase. When I go against one of these killers trying to just get kills, it's so boring. I went against a skull merchant. I don't think they're being toxic, like a valid tactic. Boring as fuck.
Oh, you mean the whole, I'm not gonna go for hooks and I'm just gonna slowly bleed everyone out?
Everyone with skull merchant, they're just trying to get kills because the game's about kills. That's what people want, right?
It's not really you that controls the amount of hooks survivors give you. It's usually mostly them. If we're going to make a game revolve around hooks, you gotta realize that survivors are the ones that are in control. You can have a game with 4 survivors where one of them never shows up.
There's a group of survivors trying to do a streak where they never get hooked.
I was actually more impressed with the killers getting just a hook on that. Can you imagine how stressful that shit is?
Survivors, if you let them, they can be very efficient. Here's where you are supposed to exert pressure on their weakest link, then they'll have to come in and take a hit, then gameplay occurs. And I think kills are okay for that. I think that if in a tournament, obviously tournaments are extreme examples.
This whole thing is a massively extreme example, to be fair.
And you asked me, well, is that so interesting? About the whole body blocking and altruism. The thing is, back then, I thought that was interesting. I thought, yeah, let a good team show how good they are at taking hits for each other and protecting their weaker links. But the thing is, now the game, I feel, when I think altruism is no longer really fun. The whole dying on pallet with background player. Flashlights being made a little bit easier. For the people, buckle up. Like, all of these things that have been slowly added to the game are so tough.
And I genuinely think the worst case scenario of the hooks would still be more interesting.
Would you be happy then if an MMR system comes around, now you're paired against people that have around your hours?
So this is what I'm scared about, and this is what kind of got me
Why are you scared about it? Shouldn't that be great?
And it was like carbon copy every lobby, same map offering, same perks, same items. I was playing against the same 5 people back and forth.
If I'm going against people with the same knowledge, the same understanding, it'll be a very uninteresting game.
The MMR system 3 years ago was like the time before it was implemented.
Before, it was way easier because we could just go against chill people all the time. Now we're going against really strong players. It's much harder.
Obviously, hooks mean something. They tell a bit of what happened in that match.
They should mean something. They don't, but they should.
Yeah, no, they don't in the current matchmaking. You're absolutely correct about that.
The devs have already told us on stream their MMR system is not going to be just based on kills. They said that they tested a system like that, and it just did not work.
That's exactly what I mean. It's not good data to use. To have killers want to go for hooks compared to camping, slugging, going for kills playstyle, so we can get more accurate and organized and more healthy data to observe how the game can be balanced more smoothly. Therefore, being able to address more detailed and convoluted problems so that we maximize more unique, fun playstyles without any unnecessary troubleshooting. He just wants to maximize fun while correlating balance accordingly. However, it's best to hash out things efficiently with the best data we can conceive. I do think the idea to incentivize positive, healthy gameplay, survivors need to go for hooks to help the teammates out, killers need to go for chasers, getting multiple hooks once again. This is something I predicted when we had the last conversation where I said if you made the game about kills, people are going to find strategies on kills.
Right.
Kills is the incentive.
Which is exactly what happened. When focusing only on kills, there's a sense of nuance lost, not only in gameplay, but also in the data. A healthy design philosophy does not solely rely on basing design decisions just on kills statistically, but to give our data more leeway, hence hooks, reflecting more of a player's sense of fun and enjoyment within our game. Fun chases, hooks, saves, and not only that, an allowance for killer build diversity, too, which is the opposite of nerfing everything into oblivion, but to encourage the widest array of playstyles possible. At the beginning of this video, I told you, kills equals skill. Likely was the reason for a complete revamp to the way behavior developed Dead by Daylight, which is not necessarily true. For this video is a gamble to showcasing the fundamental issue to a problem that should have been fixed 2 years ago in the first place. But on the other hand, when it comes to the other things developers are doing to make their game more fun by experimenting with in-game modifiers, a perk randomizer, and even a brand new 2v8 game mode.
The reason why we play the game so much, man, like we're all very passionate about it. Like, we want what's best for it, man.
I love this game, and I know a lot of you guys do too. I want to make it clear, this isn't a video intended to flame anyone, but to tell a story that I believe is an integral part for not only the betterment of the game, but the community itself. This game has so much potential, and I think it would be amazing to live in a world where we can see it reach its fullest. If you made it this far, I'd say thank you. And if there's anything I would like you to take from this video is, if you have a vision behind a problem you can do something about, the only thing I ask of you is to act. Because who knows what type of impact your vision can have when you're not afraid to fight your demons and conquer them. So, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys would like to check out any more videos from me, there should be a couple on this end screen here, and I hope you guys have a good one. Peace.